Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about 3 mini-theories that I've recently come up with about the Legend of Zelda series. Mini-theories in my eyes are theories that I have that I don't think would solicit a full video, but more of a section in a new video. It is now going to be a little mini-series that I do from time to time now, so I hope that you guys enjoy this. One last thing before the first theory. This video will contain spoilers for The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I hope you enjoy. Number 1. Colin, the immovable object, in the Twilight Princess. This may sound like a bit of a weird title for a theory, but let me explain, okay? We good now? Alright, now recently, I started a brand new playthrough on The Legend of Zelda the Twilight Princess, and I was messing around with the wooden sword when first acquiring it. And as you do, I decided to try and hit all of the Ordonian children with the sword. Now as you can see on video right now, the 3 children all standing together, known as Mallow, Tallow and Beth, all flinch if hit with the Ordonian wooden sword. However, there is one absolute beast in the Zelda series that has been constantly overlooked by the Zelda community. Colin. Yep. Now hear me out. Because without context, this young child may look harmless. However, let me tell you the truth. As anyone who has played Twilight Princess knows, throughout the course of the game, Colin takes much inspiration from the hero of Twilight, Link. The first noticeable bit of evidence to show this is when King Bulblin storms into Kakariko Village while having a sort of serene playtime in the outside world, making possibly the best cutscene in Zelda history. But that's not what I'm discussing today, so let's cut out the key element. Colin saves Beth from the king, and in turn gives himself to the enemy. Colin is saved by Link in the end, but the significant fact to take away from this is that Colin was inspired by Link and had the courage of sacrificing himself. However, an unnoticeable bit of evidence of Colin's unfound bravery can be shown from the second you hit him with the wooden sword. First, a recap. Mallow, Tallow and Beth all flinch when hit with any item. Colin stays still as a brick wall. Now I'm not sure if this is purely a design choice or if they couldn't be bothered to animate Colin being hit by Link, but in my opinion, this just shows Colin's bravery. Like, man, you can hit him with the Master Sword. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, as I recently came up with this when playing my new playthrough, and I don't know, it's kind of something fun to think about. Number 2. Is the Hyrule region Snow Peak? I feel like this might have been talked about in the Zelda community before, but I haven't done much research into this, as I want to get my full opinion and not, feel like I'm stealing other people's opinions and ideas and stuff, as stealing theories isn't what I want to be known for in the Zelda community. I want to make my own theories and yeah. But there are some stunning similarities between both Snow Peak and the Hyrule region in Breath of the Wild. Let's start off with the most obvious one. Shield surfing in both areas are kind of there. Now in Twilight Princess it's not actually called shield surfing, unfortunately. It's actually called probably just surfing, again I can't remember. But the main takeaway is that you're still surfing down a massive mountain. Obviously, at the start of the surfing segment in the Twilight Princess, you actually get a sort of thing to slide down, and you're at the top of like a mountain, a very large mountain. Now, let's talk about the similarities now. I mean, you can do the same first off, and okay, this is a really big thing actually. Okay, so the top left of the map in Twilight Princess is where Snow Peak is located. Now, let's look at Breath of the Wild's map. You see that? Straight in the top left corner. Just as suspected. Now again, this is my own personal theory, I've really not looked up any videos on this, I genuinely promise you. But I feel like in the future we could see a reimagined Hyrule Peak. In fact, it's just dawned upon me. Snow Peak and the mountain in Breath of the Wild in the Hyrule region, Hyrule Peak, sound very, very similar with the peak at the end. I don't know, okay? This is my own theory, and I'm not going to lie, I didn't write a script for this part of the video, because I wanted to just talk about this, because this sounds like a conversation people could be having, but I mean, I don't know, what do you guys think? Again, let me know in the comments. Sorry if I say that a lot, I just really want to know your guys' opinions. Oh, and please leave a like, I might as well tell you now. Number 3. The Great Deku Tree in the Wind Waker. Now this theory is heavily inspired by Zeltik's theory on the Great Deku Tree in the Wind Waker. But this is my little mini theory video, and I'm not going to leave a single one out, as I feel like I'm going to do a lot more of these sorts of videos. So, at the end of the Ocarina of Time, after beating the treacherous forest temple, a Deku Tree sprout is given to the heart of the Kakiri forest where the old Deku Tree lay. And it perks up as soon as it sees you. It says all these different sorts of things and things like that. Well, We know that in the Wind Waker, the Hero of Time certainly did have a big presence in the game, as obviously the game starts off with the prophecy of the Hero of Time, and even the green garbs of wind are because of the Hero of Time's victory over Ganon. But let's talk about the Great Deku Tree. In the Wind Waker, you do actually see the Great Deku Tree, as many fans will know. You see him in one of the islands in the game. I can't rightly remember the name, it should be on screen right about now. And here's a picture of the Deku Tree. The Deku Tree looks young still. Obviously, the Great Deku Tree in the Ocarina of Time was there for years and years and years. Like normal trees are in real life. They're there for absolutely years. Most of them spanning a longer lifetime than a human. I'm not going to get straight into it because I feel like I probably could make a full video on this. I'm not going to, but I feel like I could if I wanted to, so I'm not going to get too far into it. But I felt as if this theory was worth mentioning, as the Great Deku Tree in the Wind Waker seems to have the same sort of readiness and prep as the Deku Tree Sprout at the end of the Ocarina of Time, and it would make sense. After all, the Wind Waker is set kind of just after the Ocarina of Time in the adult timeline. So it would make sense in the fit of the timeline, it would make sense with everything else. I just think in my head that this sounds right. Obviously, especially with what happens at the end of Ocarina of Time with the original Deku Tree dying, sorry. I feel like it's a fitting end, and it has, obviously, I just feel like the Great Deku Tree in the Wind Waker was kind of more of a callback to Ocarina of Time if we're not talking in relation to the timeline, but it's kind of still a nice theory to lean back on for the timeline. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this theory, and let me know in the comments what you think of this one, because I feel like a lot of people think this is kind of a good theory. Okay, that's about all. 3 theories. What do you think of them? I know I said let me know in the comments for every single one, so I'm not going to say it again, except for the fact that I just did. Whoops. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Next week is a Nintendo-themed video. I'm also on the Mario bundle that's supposed to be coming out at the end of the year, or whenever it's supposed to be coming out. Yeah. So please do stay tuned if you're ready for that video. And a Zelda video is coming after that, and you know how this works now. Every other week I do a different sort of video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a like rating and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't enjoy, I'm sorry. Alright, see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.